Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Kim. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope that you'll find it very interesting and useful, especially if you are a gig driver. I'm basically going to share all my secrets, how I make good money with food delivery. Why am I going to tell you all my secrets? Because I want you all to be successful and make a lot of money. So this video is for any gig worker that wants to hear what my strategy is. I'm going to share it all with you right now. Let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, first of all, why should you listen to me? Well, I consistently make over $30 an hour doing food delivery. Over the past year and a half, I have tried a variety of different strategies and I have come up with one that works. It's repeatable and it works every single time for me. I can help you make more money. You know, maybe you're already doing all these things and you're making the most money you can, but what if you're not? What if there's one little thing that will help push you over the edge and just help you make just that little bit more? Watch the video and see. I'm hoping that maybe something I say will spark something inside of you to make a little bit of a change, and maybe it will be profitable for you. My strategy works every single time for me. And like I said, I'm sharing this because I want you all to be successful and make the most money possible, even when it's slow, like right now. So, I'm going to share my cherry picking analysis. Some of you may not know what cherry picking is, so I'm going to tell you what that is first. Basically, cherry picking is taking a bunch of offers, looking at them, and only taking the good ones and dumping the rest. Just basically taking the cream of the crop. So I'm going to talk about my exact strategy here. And I talk about it all the time in my videos, and a lot of people have asked me to share some details. So that's what this is, the details of my strategy, not just cherry picking. I'm going to share other things too. So first of all, you need to realize that every offer has its pros and cons. You need to look at the picture of the entire offer very quickly because you only have a few seconds. I'm going to show you what to look for and what are the red flags and how I determine which ones to take and which ones to decline. So the first thing you need to look at is the total shown pay. So what I mean there is the pay that's listed right there on the offer. With Grubhub, what you see is what you get. So if it says you're getting $9, you're getting $9. Not any more, not any less. Yes, sometimes people will give cash tips. I can count on one hand how many times I've gotten a cash tip. So I don't think it's super common in all markets. So let's not even talk about that at this point. Let's just talk about what you're getting paid on from the actual platform, you know, in the app that it's offering you. Okay, so Grubhub's going to say 9, you're going to get 9. Uber Eats will say 9. You could get more, you could get less. The customers have up to 1 hour after delivery to modify their tip. So some people take the tips away. That's called tip baiting, and that has happened to me a couple times. One time earlier today, I'm ashamed to say. But anyways, yeah. But it's usually what the offer says or more. I get more a lot of times. But anyways, you don't want to count on that happening. Now, DoorDash, they hide tips, so if it says $9, you're going to get at least $9, but you might get more. DoorDash, it doesn't ever go down. So you'll get 9 or more. So those are the 3 platforms that I deliver for. Now, so this shown pay, you have to be prepared to get just that amount. Whatever that amount is, you have to be happy with it. If it says $9, judge it based on the $9. Don't just judge it based on, well, I might get more, or this might be better, or that might happen. You have to accept that you may only get $9. So when I'm doing my cherry picking, I'm using the shown amount on the offer. Not what I think might be, but that amount. okay? Now, you also have to look at how much mileage is shown on the app. Now, lately, DoorDash has been a little tricky, and the amount that they're saying that the mileage is not accurate. So look at the map really carefully, and make sure that it makes sense what they say the mileage is. They got me today on one. It said, I want to say 7 miles, and it was $16 was the offer. I'm thinking, okay, that's great. That's more than $2 a mile. I'll take it. I didn't look at the map real carefully because I was driving, and I just accepted it based on what the app said. And I was about 2 miles from the restaurant, got to the restaurant, picked up the food, put in the navigation to get to the customer, and I had 9.2 miles to go. So obviously that 7 miles that they said was wrong. It was probably more like 11 miles. So just be careful, just be aware. But anyways, okay, so our first cherry picking analysis, we're looking at the total amount of pay, the total of the mileage. Now this is a little bit more specific to markets, so you have to kind of know your market in order for this point here to work. So is this restaurant reliable? Will the food be ready now or soon? Will I have to wait a long time? Or is this restaurant generally pretty quick? Is it easy to park and get to the pickup area of the restaurant? Or is this restaurant buried in the middle of the mall somewhere? You need to think of those things. Do the workers respect the food delivery drivers, and you can just walk up to the pickup area and they'll come help you? Or do they make you wait in the long line with all the people making orders? How are you treated there? Do you get the orders quickly? So this is all things I think about when I see what restaurant it is. Because I deliver in the same market all the time, I know the restaurants very well, and I know which restaurants are losers, and I will decline if I get one from them. But if it's a decent restaurant and there's decent amount of pay shown and the mileage is decent, then I move on to the next step. So the next thing I consider is, where is the food being delivered? Is it a hotel, an apartment building, a house way out in the boonies, a condo complex that has no guest parking, or a nice normal neighborhood with a house? I think about all those things. If it's any of these, a hotel, apartment building, doctor's office, hospital, a house out in the boonies, a condo complex with no parking, I'm going to decline it. I don't care how much money it is, because it just takes too much time. I shouldn't say that. If it was enough money, I would take it, but it's not. It has to be a pretty high value to me in order to take these, because it's a lot of extra time. I'm all about efficiency. I want a short drive. I want at least $2 a mile. I want it to go to be picking up from a restaurant that's reliable and quick, and I want to drop it off quickly. I want to be able to do all that and then get right back on the road for another order. So I think of all these things for every single order. So now that you have all of this criteria that you can analyze real quickly by looking at the offer, does it meet or exceed your cherry picking criteria? If it does, accept it. If it doesn't, decline it. Now I'm going to show you what my criteria is. But these are the things you have to look at every single offer, right? Now, my personal cherry picking criteria is this. Now, here's a disclaimer. Every market is different. This is mine based on my personal experience. I realize that not everybody has the same type of earning potential that I have here. I'm in Southern California, in an area where there's a lot of money, and people are generally generous, but there's a lot who are not. So that's why cherry picking is so critical, because I need to weed out those people who don't want to pay a tip. Anyways, so my criteria, I need at least $2 a mile from a restaurant that is reliable and quick, delivering to a neighborhood with easy parking for a quick trip up. That is my main criteria right here. Now, gas is close to $7 a gallon, so I'm pushing this up to $3 a mile lately. I'm trying. It's hard. There's not that many offers that show the amount at $3 a mile, but that's what I'm striving for because it costs so much more to deliver now. So anyways, this is my personal criteria. If the offer does not meet this criteria, I decline it. Simple as that. I personally don't like to do shop and deliver offers because it just takes too long. Now, if it's 1 or 2 items and the pay is good and I'm not driving far, I may take them. But generally, I don't. I don't like long distance deliveries. They take too long, use too much gas, and they take me out of the area for too long because you have to deadhead back in order to get another order. I don't deliver to apartments or condo complexes with difficult parking. I actually try to avoid apartments and condos altogether. Why? It's just stressful. It's hard to find parking. I don't want to park illegally. I don't want to drive around trying to find a spot, especially if you don't know exactly where the apartment is. It's just too much stress. I don't deliver to hospitals, schools, or colleges. Too much time involved, wandering around, waiting for people, etc. I also don't like to deliver alcohol because of the potential issues. No ID, the ID won't scan, non-responsive customers, etc. I ran into something that so the customers, I don't remember the name. The customer's name was John. His wife answered the door, Carol. I remember her name was Carol. And she said that her husband wasn't home, but she used his account to order. So the app wouldn't let me use her ID. I finally contacted support, and it just took a long time. And they said, oh, okay, fine, that's, it's fine. So they let me do it because her ID, when I scanned it, it matched the address or something, I don't know. But that, it just cost extra time. That was an extra 5-10 minutes waiting for support to take care of it. And I would rather just be in and out, drop it off and go. I don't want to spend a lot of time working on these issues. So alcohol is just one of those things that I avoid. Now, multi-apping is the next part of my strategy that I think is equally as important as cherry picking. What is multi-apping? Some of you may not know. It just basically means that you run more than one delivery app at a time. I do Uber Eats, Grubhub, and Doordash simultaneously. I have them all running at the same time, so I'm getting offers from all of them. I do this every single time I go out delivering. Why do you say, why is that? Well, it gives me more options to choose from. If one app is dead, crashing, or having issues, Doordash, then I have others to choose from. So if Doordash is down or crashing, I just close that app and I still have Uber Eats and Grubhub. Odds are just better for a good order to pop up when there's more than one app running. I'm just getting more to choose from. That's all it is. It's just giving me more options. I do not recommend accepting deliveries from more than one platform, however. So if, I've done it and I do it, but I'll only accept the second platform offer if neither of the customers will be adversely affected. If one customer is directly on the route to the second, the restaurants are reliable with orders being ready when expected, and I know that by taking this second offer that neither of the customers would even know. They would not notice that I was not heading directly to them. I do this because sometimes it just works out perfectly. I'll be picking up from a restaurant and another, let's say a DoorDash restaurant, a DoorDash offer from a restaurant, and then I'll also get an Uber Eats that is picking up from the restaurant next door, and it's going to the same neighborhood or something, or one neighborhood is directly on the path to the other. I'll go ahead and do it, mainly because Uber Eats is really good at judging when food's going to be ready. So I am pretty confident that if Uber Eats is sending me somewhere to pick up food, that it will be ready. So that DoorDash customer will not suffer while I'm waiting for that second customer's food. And if it's not ready, I can easily dump it. Now, DoorDash penalizes you for dumping the orders, unassigning, if the food isn't ready. So I generally will not take a DoorDash if it comes in second, but if an Uber Eats comes in second, I will accept it. If, like I said, if it's right on the path to the customer anyways. Next thing I want to talk about is hotspots. Hotspots are, I don't want to say controversial, they're not. Each app has a hotspot. It will have the dark area of the map. They're usually red, saying, oh, go here. This is where all the orders are. Now, yes, that is where they currently experience higher amount of orders. But that hotspot is being shown to all the drivers. So now everyone's heading there. And that area is going to be saturated with drivers, and there are just not enough orders to go around. Or the hotspot could be full of $4 5-mile deliveries from restaurants that are slow, that other people have declined or have turned back in because the food wasn't ready. There's a reason why they're trying to get you to go to that hotspot. And let the other people go. Don't go. I suggest not going to the hotspot on the app. Instead, rely on your knowledge of the market you're in and hang out in the hotspot where you get the best offers. Not their hotspots, but your personal hotspot. You know where those hotspots are. You know where the areas are that you have the potential of getting the most offers. Where do you get your best offers? Is there a cluster of restaurants that you like to hang out in? That's your personal hotspot. It may also be a hotspot for the different platforms, but if it's your own hotspot, great, go there. If it's dead, move to another one of your personal hotspots. I personally have 5 or 6 different hotspots, and each one has a cluster of good, reliable restaurants. Now, I don't just drive around in circles from one hotspot to the next, but if I'm delivering food to a customer, I'll go to my own personal hotspot that's close to that customer. So I'm not driving all over the place. I'll just go to that hotspot that's near that customer. If it's dead, then I'll move towards the next one. But I don't just randomly drive around in circles. I try to find hotspots to drive to, if that makes any sense. Anyways, let me tell you, proof is in the pudding. I've done many videos talking about and showing you my earnings. Go ahead and watch some of them. I have some drive with me's where I show the earnings and other ones where I do more of a presentation style, but I have lots of proof that I'm making decent money. I consistently get over $30 an hour. This is not earth-shattering money, but it's pretty good. I have a full-time job that pays me well. My husband owns a business, pays him well. This is money that's extra that's on the side. So for that, $30 an hour is good. And we get to be together driving around, delivering the food. So anyways, yeah. Watch some of my videos if you haven't already. You'll see the proof. This strategy works. This is the strategy that I use. This one I'm sharing right now. I use it every single time I go up. I wanted to ask you to please subscribe if you haven't done so. That would be great. And give this video a thumbs up. Keep watching this video. There's more I'm going to share. Let's move along. Acceptance rate. Don't worry about acceptance rate. It doesn't matter on any of the apps. Do not strive to be a top dasher. Of course, this is my opinion, and I know some of my subscribers are top dashers, and they do very well. I really think this is market specific. In my market, if I took 70% of the offers in order to be a top dasher, I would not make any money. I'd be making maybe $15 an hour, because the majority of the offers are crappy. The majority of the offers that come my way are between like $5 and $7, and I'm just not going to do it. So other markets, the average offer may be different than the ones that I see here. In my experience, there's 3 tiers of offers. There's the crap that I don't even look at the details. It's $4, I'm declining it. Then there's the middle of the road ones that are like in the $8 and $9 range, but the mileage might be long, or they might be going to, picking up from a really horrible restaurant or whatever. I decline those. And then there are the good ones where it doesn't even necessarily have to be a lot of money. It could be a $9 offer, but if it's only a 2.8 mile delivery and it's from an easy to pick up restaurant, then I'll take that one. So anyways, yeah. But go back to your criteria that we created earlier. Do not accept any offer that does not fit your criteria. Okay? None. If it doesn't match all those things that you're looking for, over $2 a mile from a reliable restaurant, delivering to an easy place, all those things, if it doesn't meet it, decline it. Acceptance rate does not matter. Some say it does, but in my experience, it does not. I get plenty of good offers. You can decline 99 out of 100 offers and still get some good ones. I get plenty of good ones. My acceptance rate is in the single digits all the time. I think right now it's at 9%. So that means I'm declining 91% of the offers they send me. I do get a lot of low offers, lots of long distance offers, lots of crap. Like I said, I decline them. But by being selective and using my cherry picking, the deliveries that I do accept are worth my while. And that's just what it is. You have to know your worth, set your standards, and stick to them. It will pay off, but you have to have the confidence to make that criteria and stick with it. Now, acceptance rate does not matter, but completion rate does, especially on DoorDash. So keep your completion rate up. Completion rate on DoorDash needs to be 95% and above in order to schedule your dashes earlier than everybody else. What is completion rate? It's basically the percentage of deliveries that you complete to the ones that you accept. Whoops. What did I do? I went backwards. I'm not sure how that happened. Sorry about that. Anyways, so like I said, on DoorDash, if you keep it at 95% and above, you can schedule yourself earlier than those with less than 95%. I think it's 3 p.m. 6 days in advance. You can schedule your shifts. If it gets too low, I believe 70%, you're at risk of being deactivated. Now, I keep mine high for another reason also. That gives me room to unassign if things happen. So if there's a really bad offer that's just taking forever in the restaurant's like, oh my God, it's going to be 20 more minutes, I can just unassign it. I've got plenty of room in there before I get down to 70. I can get rid of 25 orders before I'm down at 70. So anyways, to keep it as high as you can. If you accept an order, please try to complete it. That's all. Grubhub, I don't know that there's an official percentage that will trigger deactivation, but they say that your completion rate drops, they can deactivate you. But they also said that the deactivation will only last 30 days. So then within a month, you can be back on the platform. Now, Uber Eats, I can't find any actual information on it officially. You can accept the delivery, show up to get the order, and as long as you don't accept the food, you can unassign without penalty. If you accept the food, however, you must deliver it. Obviously, there's an emergency or something happens, just contact support and they'll tell you what to do. But if you accept an order, complete it. That just makes sense. Now, scheduling shift, as I was talking about earlier on DoorDash, I schedule for times that I know for sure that I want to dash. Only because back in the day when I first started, it was busy all the time. It was during the COVID lockdowns, and it was busy all the time. You could hop on at any time, and it would be busy and allow you to hop on and dash. But now that things have normalized, the map is seldom gray, which means that you're not allowed to hop on and dash. You have to be scheduled for that time. It doesn't mean it's completely dead. It just means that it's just not open for everyone to join in and dash. So, like if you want to dash on a Tuesday lunchtime, that's not a busy time. So you're going to need to schedule that ahead. And if you don't schedule ahead of time and it's not busy, then you're not going to be able to hop on because the map is going to be gray. So, like I said, I just schedule for times that I know I'm going to want to be out delivering. That way I don't have to worry about it. Grubhub, I try to schedule for the busy nights that I want to be out delivering. Because if you're on a scheduled block, you get better selection of deliveries offered to you. With Grubhub, you can hop on at any time to deliver, but if you're not on a block, you only get the offers that other people who are on the block decline. So you're basically getting leftovers. And most of them are pretty pathetic. And if I'm not on a block, I generally don't get any Grubhubs that I actually accept. And Uber Eats, no scheduling allowed or needed, and I love that. You can hop on any time and deliver, and I think it's fantastic because it takes the stress out of it. Now, this is the summary of my strategy. So decide on a criteria for the lowest offer you will accept. Analyze each and every offer, and if it's worthwhile based on your own criteria that you created, accept it. If it's not, then don't. Simple as that. Sign up and deliver for multiple apps. This is important. You may have to be on a waiting list for a while, but it's worthwhile. Get as many apps as you can. It just gives you more options. Determine where your own personal hotspots are and stay near them. Decline every single order that does not exceed the criteria that you set. This is important, okay? Don't accept it if it doesn't meet your criteria. And if you accept an offer, complete it. Schedule shifts if needed, and then reap the rewards. It's pretty much as simple as this. Now, you only get a couple seconds to make that decision. The app doesn't stay up for very long. So after, at first it's kind of confusing, especially when you're multi-apping and all these offers are coming in, but you get used to it. You start glancing real quick and like, oh my God, no way, no way. If you get good at just glancing real fast and noticing the red flags, you can decline them quickly. You don't have to look through the entire offer before you decline. If there's one thing that doesn't meet your criteria, just dump it. If it's from the horrible restaurant that you hate going to, just decline it. It doesn't matter about the other details on the offer. So, now, here's a disclaimer that I have to say. I know every market is different and that your market may not produce as many high earning offers. That's okay. This strategy will still work. Still create a strategy based on the market that you're in. My details were based on my market, but you can change the amounts, change, the things that are important to you. If you don't mind doing apartments, keep apartments. If you don't mind going to, college campuses, then keep them. I'm just saying those were my criteria. You need to come up with your own. I think if you use my strategy, you'll earn more than you currently do. And I would love to have you come back and comment on this video and let us know. Hey, I started doing la 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 and now I'm making more money. Thank you. Whatever. I really think it will help you. Now, there are times where I take lower offers. Like, for example, if I'm heading home and an offer comes up that I know is going to be an easy pickup and it's dropping off near my house or on the way to my house, for example, or if it's an add-on picking up from the same restaurant and delivering in the same neighborhood as the original customer, I might take a lower. In those cases, I might take an $8 offer, even if I'm going 7 miles. If it's already part of, my path, I guess is what I'm saying. So specifically when I'm going home, I try to have an offer that will pay for me to go home. If it's 10 miles to my house, and an offer comes up and it's $9 for 10 miles, but it's picking up from a good restaurant and it's delivering near my house, then it's worthwhile to me. And I'm getting paid to drive home, basically. So those are the only times when I don't really use my criteria all the way. I'll use some of it. I still want a reliable restaurant. And I still want an easy drop off, but I might fudge on the money and the mileage a little bit. And let's face it, some days will suck, some nights will suck. There's no way to predict it or anything you can really do about it. Personally, if I go 20, 30 minutes with no decent offers, I just go home. It's not worth it to me to be out there. And but I know some of you do this full time and you need to be out there working, and I get it. And you're going to have different criteria than I do because I don't need this money to live on. So, I get it. I use this strategy that I outlined in this video every single time I go out delivering. Sometimes I regret not taking some offers. and some offers that I do accept I regret taking. But as a whole, I feel like I've only taken deliveries that meet my criteria unless there's a really good reason. And that helps me make decent money. So you need to know your worth. Don't waste your time on the crap. Only accept offers that pay you for your effort, your time, and your gas. Bottom line, do good for yourself. You know, you're what's important here. It's your criteria. Make your criteria. If it doesn't fit your criteria, decline it. Do you have any comments or questions? I'd love to hear them. Do you have more tips that will help other drivers? Do you disagree with anything I've said? Do you want me to elaborate on something? Please comment below. I love when people comment, and I think we all learn from those comments. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being part of the DoorDash and Grubhub and Uber Eats community, and let's share and make it better for all of us. That's my purpose here on all my videos. So anyways, hope you're doing well and making lots of money, and I'll see you next time.